Hello people. This is Celia Musoningzanyele. If you're coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, welcome. And if you're coming back again, thank you for spending your data and your time. Please keep leaving the comments. I would like to interact with you guys. You all not leaving any comments, so I don't get to know whether you are happy or unhappy with the videos. All right. Coming to today's topic, I would like to talk about Mr. Patrick Shai. May his soul rest in peace. Mr. Patrick Shai, as we all heard, he passed on Saturday morning, and today is Sunday when I'm making this video. Now, I did already make one video about him already. Now I'm thinking and going through all the news and tabloids and videos that are made of him. Now people are apologizing, people blaming each other. Some even go to a point where they blame Caspar West himself. I don't even know how they get to that point. Now my point is, we have a bad tendency as people of being nice when people are gone. Suddenly being nice. It's not bad to be nice to anyone, but I think now this whole thing is losing a point. As it was evident in Mr. Patrick Shai's video himself, he may have been battling with depression because he already is talking about his death and his tombstone, that he wants his tombstone to be written, this is the man that beat up Caspar West, but he said it in a derogative way. Now people think the challenge could be the reason why he ended up committing suicide, as it is alleged. Now my point is, I think we all are missing the point that Mr. Patrick Shai challenged Caspar West. That was not a problem. Even everybody that was okay, let me not say everybody. Majority of people that saw that video as a problem were not necessarily against Mr. Patrick Shai challenging Caspar West. We are losing the point if we think it's about that. It was not about that. It was about the language that he used. And at his age, not that there should be people of a certain age should be allowed to say some things and people of a certain age should not. No. We are saying in this country that is riddled by gender-based violence and femicide cases, of which himself, Mr. Patrick Shai, was the male figure that was standing against gender-based violence and femicide. He should have known better, to use a better language. Because language is one of the biggest problems that we have. It starts with the mind, it gets to the mouth, and then gets to other things. So if we are going to fix and win the fight against gender-based violence, we'll also have to change the language that we use. You cannot be addressing women as bitches. That is derogative to women. That is undermining to women and belittling to women to use such ways addressing to the women. Now, some people are saying when he said son of a bitch to Casper Nyovest, it was not about Casper's mother. Casper became insensitive. No, it was about Casper's mother. It was about every woman in this country. And that was wrong. And to show that he also knew that that was wrong, as a gender-based violence activist himself, he even made a video and apologized. And that was great of him to apologize. It was really, really, really applauded for him to have apologized before he passed on, instead of just running away, committing suicide without apologizing. I still applaud him and respect him for that. But I really don't think Black Twitter, as toxic as it is the only reason that may have killed him. But I still believe that Black Twitter did push him, did give him the final push, because if you listen to his words when he's challenging Casper, beyond the words that people focused on that were derogative, you can tell that this person wanted to tell us something, that I may die anytime soon, because he said, I want to beat you up before I die. Give me that respect. Why would he say that? Clearly, he may have been already contemplating suicide, but he thought, let me do one thing that I can be proud of before I commit the suicide, because it's highly likely that he felt like he had not done some of the things that he may have wanted. He may felt like a failure, even though he wasn't. He wasn't a failure if only he knew he wasn't. He achieved a lot. But when depression hits, you can actually, even the strongest person can feel like a failure. So you may just want that one thing that may make you feel better. And maybe he thought that is the one thing that he can be remembered for. Little did he know that you can remember him for so many things, for his biggest contribution in the acting industry in this country, because many of us have learned many lessons. Even himself, he learned one of the lessons in his own acting when he was acting in one of the gender-based violence episodes, and it forced him to realize that he was that person that he was acting there. So he played a big role which impacted everyone, including himself. Therefore, I think his contribution to this world may have been misplaced by him and others, and of which it shouldn't have. He was a very great man, and he did that mistake at the end because no one is perfect, and we're not speaking on his behalf, but definitely he needed not to use the words bitch and those derogative with other derogative words that he used against Casper. He may have challenged Casper and say, yes, I want to, let's get into the ring. It was fine, and use other ways that are not so derogative. It would have still been a challenge that could have been even afforded by Casper, maybe. And maybe Casper would have ended up accepting his challenge and allowing him to win because he's an old man. So it was not for Casper not to accept his challenge. Was not necessarily because of he was challenged by him. It was about the ways that he used. If a person were to call me a son as a daughter of a bitch, or call anyone son of a bitch, it's just that people are so used to those words, but fact remains those words are derogative to women. And until such time we see that, until such time we see the need to change the ways that we use to address people, then we will win this fight. We won't win it if we don't. So, Mr. Patrick Shai, it's up to you. And to your family, I feel like they are also maybe self-blaming wherever they are because maybe they were harsh to him. And one other thing that I think may have also pushed him towards the decision that he made is that he was not getting many acting roles anymore because the 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 the, the industry has gotten bigger and bigger, and I think more and more roles are played by new people, and that also makes people who are older feel redundant or deemed to be more redundant. And now he was playing a big role in the gender-based violence activism, and now that he was playing in that game, he felt like he has let the gender-based violence and femicide struggle down by using those words. And I really do think the organizations that were working with him were also not gonna work with him anymore because they would feel like now they're playing double standards. They cannot be using the person that uses such foul language addressing women of the country, whereas he is also their front man in the gender-based violence activism. So I think he felt like he let himself down, let his family down, let the organizations that he was working down, and letting the country down. Hence he apologized to everyone, including the country. That's how he felt like he let everyone down, and even his family. And maybe as a family they also had or spoke about how they disappointed, because I remember one of his sons, a day before he commits suicide, he spoke he posted something on the social media saying what disappointment he heard about what his father did, how it has affected them as a family, and how it has affected him as a person that is starting a life, his career as well, and so on. So they may have put all those things on the table as a family, and he felt like, wow, this is deep. I have failed so many people. And oh, black Twitter yona shame. And the guy called Chris Excel, the guy that told Mr. Patrick Shai that he could have asked nicely for the money because it's clear he doesn't have. Chris Excel, I still remain and say, I still repeat this again